Oh, 7 a.m. All right, guys. It's 7 a.m. I have a threshold workout today, and I'm going to take you guys along with me throughout my day, show you exactly what I do, all the routines that I have set in place, how I eat, and literally just show you everything. So, right when I wake up, the very first thing I do is reach over, grab my heart rate monitor, hit it with a little lick. You guys already know you got to get it wet. And then we put this on, and I take an HRV reading, which takes about 2.5 minutes. Bang, the HRV is tested. Now we're going to go do my 4-step morning routine. And what I do is I got 2 full water bottles already, filled them up last night, reverse osmosis water. In this closet, I have a big, like 4-pound thing of salt. All I do is reach in here. Mm. Just wash it down, swallow it, and then I'm gonna finish chugging this bottle. Next thing, I grab my second bottle and I literally just go straight outside from here, and we're going to get some sun in the eyes and also ground for a little bit. So it's actually kind of annoying because the sun doesn't rise here until like 6:45 a.m. So now I have to wait and like delay when I go and ground by a while, because I used to do it like 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. Now I have to do it like wait till like 7:15. So I just like to stand here. I don't look directly into the sun. I just like close my eyes. Sometimes I just look around and sip on my water. But yeah, I just stand here for 3 minutes and then go back inside. Now, put my water bottle empty back in my room. Walk straight into the bathroom. Bang, lights. This is what I do. It's cold as it gets, and then we're jumping in here for 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. All right, cold shower's done. It was super cold this morning. Now, last step of the day is journaling, and I do this every single morning. I write down my 5 goals that I have, and then I also write down daily tasks that I want to do and complete today. Before I go make some breakfast and eat, I just wanted to talk about this nose strip. Normally, I don't wear these. This is actually the first time I've ever worn one of these to bed. And that's because I got a couple of them yesterday from High Stripes, and I just wanted to try it out. I feel like it worked well, but I don't really know if it's placebo. And then I just showered with it because I wanted to test if it's actually waterproof, and it is. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, now I'm taking it off. But yeah, it felt good to sleep with it on. I feel like I did get a little bit of deeper sleep because I had more airflow. But again, not sure if that was placebo because I've only done it for one night. Breakfast time now, my favorite time. I do the same breakfast literally every single morning. We have 4 eggs, 2 bananas, some berries, honey, and then I'm sipping on some coffee right now to kickstart the digestive tract, so I can get my morning poop out. So one thing is sometimes I make the bananas and eggs, I mix them up and turn them into pancake batter. Other times I just smash the bananas up and I put fruit on top with honey. And then I got 100% cacao chopped up right here. So this is what I'm eating. And then also I am sipping on this beetroot juice because I do have a hard workout today. And I like to sip on this on days that I have hard workouts, and especially on race days. Breakfast is now ready. As you guys can see, we got 4 sunny side up eggs. So that is so I can get in like around 25 grams of protein and 25 grams of fat. I always want to be getting in a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein in at least every single meal. And I do not like to go heavy on the fat and protein on my first meal because normally I do my workout or ride after my first meal. So I like to keep the fat and the protein low so my digestion is still relatively quick. And then on the other side of the plate, 2 smashed up bananas. These ones were pretty big, so probably 60 grams of carbs there. And we got some other various berries, blueberries and raspberries today, probably 10 grams of carbs there. And then we got a teaspoon or a tablespoon of honey, raw honey on top. So another 20 grams of carbs there. So we're sitting at about 90 grams of carbs right here. And then we're also sipping on this beet juice, which is another 20 grams of carbs. So yeah, we have 110 grams of carbs in here, a ton of antioxidants, polyphenols from the berries, but also the 100% raw cacao. I love having cacao in the morning because it makes me feel energized. And then I'm sipping on the beetroot juice because in 2 hours I'm doing my threshold workout, and this is going to have my blood flow being maxed out right around when I'm doing my workout. Breakfast has now been eaten. Guys, literally eating has got to be one of my favorite parts of the day, every single day. Even though I eat the same 3 meals on repeat, they just taste so good to me. And I wish I could have eaten my whole life like this because I totally would go back and redo it. I just needed to know what things to put in my body that would actually make me feel good, actually make me feel full, and actually taste amazing. Like that meal is so good. I always eat the berries first and then I finish the eggs last, and it's just amazing. So now that I've gone to the bathroom, since it's only 8:15 a.m., I am gonna do some work right now. I'm gonna go sit down at a table, do a little bit of deep work. In the morning, I like to come up with like my content piece ideas. Um, and I'm also trying to build some more systems out and some more just routines and protocols that will help you guys on the bike and off the bike. So I'm gonna go do this for probably 90 minutes, and then at around 10, I'm gonna start getting ready for my threshold workout. I'm doing a 3x10 today. I'm gonna be aiming for 340 watts for the reps, but I'm going to be doing that workout today. And the reason I'm waiting until 10 is because for me personally, it takes my body like 3 hours minimum for like the nervous system to really wake up and for my body to really wake up. Because when I was in Italy, I experimented with this and I would do workouts like 5:45 a.m. super early, and I literally just couldn't get my heart rate past like 155. And like normally when I'm doing these workouts, it's getting up to 185. So that's why I'm waiting until 10. This table is where I do all my creative, deep content creation work. And I just uploaded my reel and video for the day. And it is now 9:15 a.m. So we already got that out. And then I also just planned the other piece of content that I'll be making today and posting tomorrow. So just did some work. And since it's 9:15 and I'm planning to roll out at 10 a.m., that means in about 30 minutes I need to start getting ready for my ride. So since I have 30 minutes and I already got my content out of the way, I'm actually been working on this Lego set for the past day. So I'm gonna finish this real quick because it's probably gonna take me 15 minutes. And yeah, hopefully it turns out cool. It's supposed to be a car. You guys will be able to see which car it is at the end. 20 minutes before I'm rolling out, now I'm going to show you guys exactly how I make my bottles. So I'm doing a workout today pretty hard, and it's also 90 degrees out. So I'm going to make 2 bottles. One is just water, and I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of salt in that one. And that's for like my warm up and also my cool down when I'm not sweating as hard. This one is going to be the bottle that I'm drinking while I'm doing my workout. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt in there because I'm going to be sweating way harder during the workout. And then for the bottle that I'm going to be drinking on my workout, what is this? A third of a cup is like 75 grams of carbs. So this is just organic cane sugar that I'm putting in. Bang, 73 grams of carbs in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit more because I want to make this 100. Okay. So I have around 100 grams of carbs in here. And then also what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add any sodium bicarbonate to that, but since I am doing a pretty hard workout, I'm going to take five little tablets of sodium bicarbonate. This is like barely anything of what I take compared to like race days and stuff, but just a little kick. This is like a tenth of the amount you're supposed to take that's recommended for cyclists. So in here, salt and sugar. Other bottle is just salt. We have 100 grams in this. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the supplements I take before. So number one, caffeine. I'm taking 200 milligrams of caffeine. I only like to use this for really, really hard workouts. And also I only use this if my workouts are before, like if I start them at 10 or 11, because I never like to take caffeine past like 10 a.m. really. So it's 9:40 right now. And then I'm also gonna take this sodium bicarbonate. And then the two other things I'm taking, beta alanine, I'm gonna do 5 grams of this, and then I'm also taking 5 grams of L-citrulline. L-citrulline just speeds up blood flow, so you're gonna have way quicker blood flow. Sodium bicarbonate buffers lactic acid and delays fatigue. And then I'm also going to take a little one of those rice cakes that I make, which has 45 grams of it. So I'm taking 145 grams in total. I'm only gonna be gone for 2 hours, and I'm gonna consume most of those carbs while doing my workout. We're all dressed now. This is the fit, the helmet. Got my 2 made bottles right here. And then, like I said, I grabbed a rice cake that I'm taking on the ride with me. Last step before I ride, you guys should know this, but I'm doing some muscle activation just for my glutes today. So I'm just gonna do 3 exercises: banded glute bridges, banded clamshells, and banded lateral walks. So let's go do that, and then we're gonna roll out. Oh, the glutes are already burning. What I like to do is I just do 1 set of 15 for the glute bridges and move right into clamshells. All right, then we do the second set of glute bridges. Other leg for clamshells. Make sure to keep your hip closed while doing these. I like to do 20 in total for each leg. That's 5, and I just do this 4 times. Guys, this really gets the glutes going. A little bit of rest. A little bit of rest so I can. They're already burning. All right, 5 more. All right, band off. Let's go get on the bike. Yeah, we're rolling out now. About to do my warm up. We have 10-mile rollout until we get to the place that I'm gonna do my sets at. So we have about 30 minutes. So I have my 1 bottle of drink mix, and then I also brought my rice cake. I pretty much just split my rice cake up throughout the warm up and then the cool down. So about halfway done with my warm up. I'm gonna have my first bite of it. This is what it looks like. It's actually pretty good. Just finished the warm up. Broke a really good stretch or sweat. I gotta take a piss. Oh, mandatory potty break. All right, anyways, we just finished the workout or the warm up. Just had another bite of the rice cake. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I'm sweating pretty hard. And that's because a warm up is supposed to get you sweating. 3 minutes into the first one. First rep's always the hardest. Whew, first rep done. Second rep done. This is about the time where I start looking for sprinklers to ride through. All right, last rep done. The struggle. It was a fight. First rep was harder though. I ran out of water, so luckily there's a well on the way home. Fresh cold water. Just finished the workout. Garmin says there's a threshold workout, so that's how you know it's complete. Now, I'm literally gonna show you the first things I do in the 2 minutes that I get back from my ride. So number one, I put my bike back, save my ride on my Garmin, and this is literally what I do. After every single ride, I bend down and I take my shoes off standing like this because it gets a nice hamstring stretch in. And I'm lazy when it comes to stretches. I only do like stretching after rides like twice a week. But I always do this because this is like a guaranteed 30 to 20 seconds of stretching for your hamstrings. And it's always good to stretch back out, especially your hamstrings, because the more flexible you are, the better power transfer you have and the more power you put out. So once I stand there for 30 seconds, grab my Garmin, take off my camera, bang, got my bottles, and we're heading inside. Now, the first hour after my ride is very important of what you do to optimize recovery and feel good so we can be ready for the ride tomorrow. So literally, first thing I do is I come inside. I come over to where the salt is. Big pinch of salt. A little more. Still have some of my well water from that stop. Bang. We rehydrate now. I head to the fridge. And this is where you get the good stuff. Organic, grab the beet juice. Organic pomegranate juice, 100% pomegranate juice. This is super high in anti-inflammatories. So what this is going to do is reduce swelling and also increase recovery and blood flow. But what's important is that this isn't going to take away any of the good inflammation. Every study shows that only 8 ounces of this isn't even close to where the antioxidants need to be to actually take away from the good inflammation. So I'm just going to drink 8 ounces real quick. Finish this one off. This lasts me about 4 days. And then that's step number 2. The last thing I'm going to do before I go shower is have the world's healthiest protein bar. So I'm going to come in here, grab this block right here. This is 100% Parmigiano Reggiano. This is cheese that is made from raw milk. So what I'm going to do is cut about 50 grams of this, probably that much. Boom. World's healthiest protein bar. So I'm going to eat this over the course of, that's good. I'm going to eat this over the course of like 5 minutes, and I'm going to hop in the shower and then come back and cook my actual post-workout meal. Lunchtime, just finished the pomegranate juice. Had that snack about 20 minutes ago. Now we're about to have some arborio rice, which I made the other day. 2/3 pound of ground beef. Got 8 ounces of some raw goat's milk here. And I'm going to be snacking on frozen mangoes while I'm cooking this up. Unfortunately, there's a cookie right here. My sister made this. They are learning to eat better because of me, but sometimes they still make not meta stuff like this. So we're going to get this out of the camera angle. Cookies are not what you should be eating after a hard workout like this. So I'm going to go ahead and have this milk real quick. This stuff is so good. And yeah, I'm probably snacking on this. But let's get this cooked up real quick. I like to cook my ground beef with either ghee or olive oil. So today we got some ghee. Throw that on the pan. And we're getting a wood utensil. There we go. No microplastics, no forever chemicals. We're using a cast iron pan. Spread this around. Get it all lathered up. So yeah, basically we're gonna get like 60 grams, probably 50 grams of protein from this. We got 20 grams of protein from the Parmesan Reggiano and probably 10 more grams, 15 more grams from that milk we just had. So that is like, what is that? Like 80, 85 grams of protein in this meal. And then we're going to be downing like probably 120 carbs, including this stuff and the pomegranate juice that I had 30 minutes ago. So pretty good, big meal. All right, 1 pound of ground beef and half a cup of arborio rice. I'm gonna eat. Mango is good. I'm eating this 2/3 right now, and then I'm gonna save a third of it for dinner tonight. A little bit of sea salt, and actually, now I'm thinking about it, these cookies right here, while I was cooking up the ground beef, they were looking at me weird, so I'm throwing them in the trash. I'm not against cookies. I'm just against those cookies because of the ingredients in them. I like desserts. I just like to make them with good ingredients. So yeah, this is what I cooked up. I finished my mango while I was cooking it. Now I'm just looking at my workout right now on Strava. Super happy with how it went. Low key went crazy. But now that we're done with my workout, gonna make this meal or eat this meal, and then got some other things to do today. All right, it's 3 p.m. Snack time. I'm not even hungry, but I need the nutrients and energy. So we're having a kiwi. Don't have a sun gold kiwi today. We're doing just a green kiwi, which is fine. The only difference between sun gold kiwis and green kiwis is that sun golds have like 3 times the amount of vitamin C. We just got back from doing like 2 hours of power washing. I finished the Lego set Corvette car, turns from the top. It's kind of cool actually. Now what I'm doing is just gonna do a little bit more work. I'm just gonna be creating like programs pretty much. So when I am helping people with fix their routines and stuff, I have documents for every single routine, what to do, why to do it, and how to do it, and when to do it. Pretty much just like everything they need to know. All right, we just got back from the grocery store. I didn't show the haul because I was in and out like 5 minutes each store. Went to 2 different stores. We got 2 dozen pasture-raised eggs, 4 pounds ground beef. We got some frozen blueberries, and then we just got organic kiwis and avocado. All right, we just finished cooking up the meal, arborio rice, and that 1/3 pound of ground beef we cooked up earlier, and then we have 5 eggs. I'm just gonna scoop them onto there. I love sunny side up eggs because it's like a freaking sauce for the eggs. Oh, and then we're also doing half an avocado. After dinner, guys, we did a little bit more work, working on the systems, working on the programs, working on the content. And then I went outside, played around with my little brother for a little bit. But now we're about to go to bed. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how I wrap up my day. 30 minutes before bed, 30 to 45, I'm taking magnesium glycinate. I do 300 milligrams of this, and then I do a little bit of honey, do like a teaspoon, but I don't have a thing, so I just drink it. And yeah, now I'm gonna go brush my teeth, take a warm shower, and then I'm gonna read the Bible for 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn the lights out, put my sleep mask, and go to bed. That was it for the day. I hope you guys learned something. I pretty much tried to show all my routines and just how I go about my day with a threshold workout and like what I do specifically to make sure I have a good workout. So hopefully you guys found this entertaining, you learned something, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll get back to them. And yeah, I hope you guys like this. Peace, boys.